my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here then welcome to my channel, and today's video is going to be my 2026 manga TBR. Is this going to be everything that I want or am going to read this year? No, absolutely not. But this is a TBR of a handful of series that I feel like I might want to prioritize in 2026 and that I feel like talking about right now. So with that, I will have the content warnings I can find linked down below in the description along with links to some resources, and let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off with Hell's Paradise by Yuji Kaku. And this follows our main character Gabimaru, whose hands are soaked in a lot of blood as he is sentenced to death. However, after each attempt to execute him ultimately fails, a member of the Executioner clan offers him a chance to gain a pardon for all of his crimes. All he has to do is obtain the elixir of life from a mysterious island and give it to the shogun. And unaware of the dangers of this island, he accepts along with a handful of other death row convicts in hopes that he can finally live a peaceful life with his wife. I'm currently on volume 3 of this, and I started reading the manga because I realized while watching season 2 of the anime that I really needed a recap of the beginning of this series, but this is one that I always planned to get to before the anime even started because I always thought that I would love it. And yeah, I am having a lot of fun with this series. I like its combination of horror and beauty. I like how each character has their own agenda and ways of maneuvering. It truly feels like anything could happen at any moment in ways that are brutal and scary. And I really want to read more of this series this year, maybe even finish it, which will probably happen more after season 2 ends, but we will see. Next up, we have Kimi Ni Todoke From Me to You by Karu Hoshina. And this follows our main character Sawako, who has always had trouble fitting in due to her horror movie-like appearance. However, everything changes after she befriends the most popular boy in her class. I am currently on volume 19 of this series, and we're going on like year 3 of me reading this, specifically in the spring and summer, which are the only seasons that ever feel correct for me to read this series. And 3 years, that feels like it should be enough. Like, this should be the final year. And when I get into this series, I really do get into it, and the chapters just fly by, so I feel like this year being the last one for me in this series feels like an attainable goal. This is probably one of the most relaxing series that I've ever read, and while they're adorable, they also do have angst and drama as well, and I am just super invested in all of it. They're fun, they're charming, I love the friendships, the romance, and the characters individually, and they're just, again, really, really cute. Next up, we have volume 3 of which Hat Atelier by Kamome Shirahama. And this is set in a world where everyone takes magic for granted, and our main character Coco, she wants to be a witch. It is her dream, but she wasn't born with the gift for magic. She's about to give up, but that all changes when she meets a traveling magician who is performing magic in a way that she has never seen before. And she quickly learns that what everybody else knows about magic may not be the entire truth, and her dream may not be as far away from her as she originally thought. I meant to read more of this series last year, but I just never got back into it for some reason, and it may be because that I know that when I pick up this series again, it is just going to take over everything, like my brain, my heart, my life. But the anime is coming out soon, hopefully, so like that is all going to happen anyway. But yeah, I love the first couple of volumes of this. They have such an incredible art style and fantasy aesthetic. Like, it's one of my favorites that I've ever had the pleasure of looking at, and I love it so much, and it gives me something that I feel like I've always been searching for in terms of fantasy aesthetic. I also really love the characters. I love how magical and adventurous it feels while also feeling so cute and slice of life, but also dark and serious as well. They also have a spin-off series that I am very much interested in too. I suspect that this is not only going to be a really big year for me and this series, but also just a big year for this series in general, and I am so excited for that. Next up, we have Delicious in Dungeon by Ryoko Kui. And this follows our main character and his party after they are defeated by a dragon that they ran into deep inside of the dungeon. This is a battle that leaves them without money, supplies, and also a team member, who many of them are very much determined to get back and save, but they have no money and they have no food. And this leads our main character to come up with the idea that they should eat the monsters that they will face along their journey. I read volume 1 while trying to meet my 2025 reading goal, and while I love their anime, I do feel like I somehow managed to find more comfort in volume 1 of the manga. And again, I love how adventurous this series feels. They're giving me everything that I could ever want in terms of a dungeon fantasy aesthetic, while also having incredible comedy and lovable, silly characters and just amazing group chemistry between them. And this is another one with an interesting balance between like light and relaxing and darkness, and I would love to just fully throw throw myself into this series and into this world this year and just get fully invested in it all over again, and maybe even more so than the anime. Next up is Senpai is an Otokonoko by Palm. And this follows one of our main characters who finds herself captivated by her senior on the school board, and although she's worried that her senior may feel uncomfortable receiving a confession from another girl, she works up the courage to do it anyway, and through that confession finds out her senior is actually only dressing as a girl. And now the senior is the one expecting her to be freaked out and rejects her confession, citing his identity as the reason that he's never fallen in love before. But she has no issues with his identity at all and is determined to become his first love, which leads him to wonder if he can truly ever fall in love if he cannot find it within himself to love himself first. Okay, so this was one of my favorite anime that I watched in 2024. I love it so much. Like, it's an all-time favorite for me and just fully stole my entire heart, and that is why the manga is here. I love the characters. I feel very attached to them and like protective of them, and there's just so much angst here in terms of like growing up and self-discovery that just hits me really hard, and like same with how the series handles its LGBTQ plus elements, and it's those moments of angst and pain that really make all of the cute and happy and silly moments hit extra hard for me as well. Just by comparison, because all I really want is to see these characters feel happy and okay. Like, things feel so unfinished between me and this series, so hopefully this helps fix that because I love them a lot and I need that to happen. Okay, so those are 5 of the series that I want to read in 2026. Who knows what else I will find or get super invested in? It could really be anything. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and answer the question that'll be around here if you want to do that, and hopefully I will see you here next time. Bye!